Hi Pisces, and welcome to your energy reading for Monday the 8th of May. Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups, Major Arcana Strength, King of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, High Priestess, Page of Wands, Six of Cups, Two of Wands. So the first card that we come across is the Eight of Swords. So maybe we're entering the week and we've got blockages. We're feeling a standstill. It's how we're looking at a situation. We're not seeing the truth in a situation. We're not wanting to see a truth. We're letting irrational thoughts and irrational behaviours control us. Maybe there's no communication in a situation, or there's bad communications. But it's all about our thoughts and how we put restrictions on ourselves by the things we choose to believe, the way we choose to think, our fear, our doubt, the judgment of ourselves. To move out of this energy, and it is the 8. Excuse me. To move out of this energy, we have to change our mindset. We have to stop restricting ourselves, listening to our fears, listening to our doubts. We have to take off the blindfold and look at our perception on the situation. And that's sat next to the Queen of Cups, which is us in our own element. The more sensitive, nurturing side. In being in a mode of decision making, but using our emotional intelligence, feeling our emotions, not suppressing them like we do in the Eight of Swords. And they're laid alongside the 8th card of the Major Arcana, the Strength card. Now the Strength card talks about containing the demon within, looking at our own passions, our own desires, and if we loosen our grip, they can run away with us. It's about having self-control, not letting ego step in. The lion can signify the ego. Next to the Queen of Cups, this card would say to me, you have the strength, the inner wisdom to know how to calm this lion, how to control our emotions and our thoughts. Suppressing the ego and having the self-discipline to face temptations and passions, but overcome them is not by blocking them, it's by feeling them. Allowing yourself to feel them, but still reining them back in and controlling them. And that's sat next to the King of Cups. So instantly we could say there's a couple here with the Queen and the King. So it could be regarding a relationship. But it could also be about understanding how we react. This card can talk about a lot about how we react to others' behaviour to us too. How we emotionally react when we're under pressure. And the King of Swords comes in again with the advice of still feeling our emotions, trusting that we're right, but we don't have to let them affect us. We can still make rational decisions. We can still balance our empathy with others. When the Queen of Cups turns up, she can signify we need to focus on loving connections. With the Strength card, there's also the face the fear. Challenge yourself to feeling them emotions, but being able to control them and them not overwhelm us, which the King of Cups would actually do, could do. This brings us to the centre card of the reading, which Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about the golden thread of life, being worked into the tapestry of our destiny, and destiny keeps on moving. The circle of life keeps on rotating, and it's time now for a change. It is usually portrayed as a period of good change, but it can be either. How you approach this, how you accept the changes that are happening around, is all part and parcel of how this wheel will turn. It does talk about things moving now. So if we had some stagnation, which we can see in the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune talks about things going forward and moving forward. Now Jupiter is in Libra at the moment. So I would say the Wheel of Fortune is talking to us about balance. Having a good balance of how emotions affect us or not. The seventh house of Libra talks about our serious commitments, our marriages, verbal commitments. Can talk about justice and law, but it can talk as much about romance too. Now the Wheel of Fortune can refer to Thursday. So maybe we're seeing a turn in energy from Thursday. Now it's the full moon on Wednesday. It's the full moon in Leo. Full moon in Taurus on Wednesday. So maybe after the cycle of the full moon, the energy changes. So by Thursday, maybe. And the next card comes is the High Priestess, which does talk to the moon. So I probably would have gone back to that as that reference. So the High Priestess, number 2 of the Major Arcana. The High Priestess talks about listening to your intuition and knowing the secrets, knowing things are hidden, not being, not having all the facts in a situation, knowing someone is not telling you the whole truth. But she talks about listening to the inner guidance, listening to the intuition. After Thursday, maybe we understand. The King of Cups talks about understanding. Maybe we understand how we have mentally blocked ourselves, maybe been too emotional and needing to pull on the strength within us to face ego, to face fears, to face our self-doubts. The High Priestess is number 2, so she talks to the union. She talks to the union of the physical self and the spiritual self. The High Priestess talks to the understanding and belief in our own intuition. And that's followed by the Page of Wands. Now the Page of Wands talks about the season of spring, which we are in the spring season. So timing, are we right on par with the energies that are around us at the minute? Excuse me. Well, the Page of Wands talks about it's now time to express yourself. We're now feeling passionate and want to get going on something. Maybe we've got a new creative endeavour. Maybe it's a new job opportunity. It could be a new relationship. Something that fuels our passions and desires. We're excited about it. You can talk of travel plans. So maybe the realisation of the Page of Wands and the renewing of passion for something that's brought after the realisation and the clarity we're given in the High Priestess, that it's time to move on. It does talk about our creativity and tapping into our creative potential. Express yourself. It could be that we want to be more chatty. We want to now start exchanging energy with somebody we've had our eye on, if that's the case. But we're enthusiastic about getting things moving and moving forward. And that's paired with the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups talks about pleasant memories from the past. Could be our childhood. It could be someone returning from the past. And again, we could look at this person as our ideal partner. We could be talking a karmic situation here. The Wheel of Fortune is a karmic cycle. And then this is paired with the final card, which is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands talks about seeing the potentials with at least two options in front of us. Seeing the potentials in front of us, but knowing we need to seek counsel. We need to think about it. We can't just run off with one of the passions. We want to invest our time and energy into the right passion, setting it on a good firm foundation before moving forward. Now this card can talk about taking counsel in a situation, but it can talk about taking ourselves within to find the answers of which desire or which path should we follow. But we're at a crossroads and we need to make a choice in which way we go next. The Eight of Swords, self-doubt, fear of the change offered in the Wheel of Fortune. Not wanting to face the situation and the change leads us to needing to take counsel, needing to look into it more. Being in touch with our emotions and the changes that happen in cycles. Can take us back to the happier memories of the past, the memories of our childhood, or bring someone back from the past, or thoughts, longings to bring someone back from the past. The courage and strength and self-restriction, self-containment of the Strength card, along with the change of fortunes, brings forward moving creativity, passions, desires, a feeling of exuberance and excitement to move forward. being in control of our emotions, but understanding them on the karmic wheel, and trusting our intuition. This karmic wheel can turn any way, as I said earlier, but if we trust our intuition, we get that boost of energy to move forward on something. Our intuition, something sparks, we have that clarity, we're given that insight as to where to move, we're given the flame of passion about something or someone, and there's an awareness, either this person from the past we have to make a choice over, or we have to choose to leave the memories of the past behind us and move forward with the new passion that's in front of us. Right then, Pisces, we have the Queen of Cups. I would say maybe a Scorpio. We have the Strength card and Leo. We have the King of Cups, a Cancerian. Around us at the minute. The High Priestess can talk to a Monday when we're talking days. So we could have even got insight and used our intuition on Monday regarding the Eight of Swords energy. How we're thinking about things, how we're restricting ourselves, how we're not in touch with our emotions. So there could be a realisation of this on Monday. And by Thursday, a new karmic wheel is in process. Because the Wheel of Fortune is a 10, so it's an end of a cycle. And do we intuitively know, once worked through this energy regarding this couple, or the balancing of our emotions in situations, the containing of the ego, the suppression of the fears and the self-doubts, but timing, we could have the time period of the Strength card, which would be in tropical zodiac the 24th of July to August the 23rd, in sidereal August the 16th to September the 15th, and in universal August the 10th to September the 15th. So it could have been something from that time period last year, if it was someone from the past who you thought was right for you around that timing last year. Or if we're totally single and there's nobody in the picture, it does look promise that someone may appear. And we may see it established by August, September, October. We have we have one thoughts card, and it's the one of self-blockages, self-doubts, negative self-talk. And we have 1, 2, 3 major arcana. We have full moon in Taurus, so the moon is in Taurus. Grounded, earthy energy. I'm getting using our intuition and insight in a practical way. Maybe we need to ground ourselves, which I do find we get from here. If the Queen of Cups is coming up in a situation where we're too emotional about something, we just can't contain them. By grounding ourselves, we can bring ourselves to the energy of the King of Cups. And strength is very much grounding ourselves, realising the core element within us can contain the beast that wants to be set free. I see us moving on, and in a way just looking at the Six of Cups as leaving the past behind and looking at the possibilities, seeking counsel within ourselves as to which flame of desire, which passion, which creative project, which job is the right option for us. There could be a job offer from the past. Could involve a lot of communication. The Page of Wands can talk about being chatty and sociable. So there could be a lot of communication regarding the past work situation. If this is a couple, maybe they met at work. It's through the work environment that popped them in the same place. Right, Pisces. Thank you for coming again. I hope that the volumes have been better this week. Greatly appreciate your patience with me, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.